in there.
Okay. We got Rusty and Clay cleaning up the eggs that didn't hatch.
And then I got to scrub the incubator down.
Gonna clean up the incubator. We're disappointed in the hatch, but no more eggs are coming.
But the more...
I just feel like it shouldn't matter if they got shook around or something.
Well, it does.
I mean, I understand the cold and stuff, and I understand the X-ray.
And if it was in the heat, the heat is also...
Yeah, I understand like the extreme temperatures and X-ray. I just don't...
I work from my home, so I have to watch my mailbox every single day. So I usually watch to see what comes. The mail lady and I are friends, so we check everything. But when this came, as you can see, it wasn't shook around. It was in perfect condition. The box was. And we opened it up. The eggs were wrapped really nice and stuff. But when Clay first candled them, when they first got here, they didn't look good. And we said, well, we'll see what happens.
We didn't candle them until they were a week old.
We took a flashlight and looked through them.
When they were in the incubator for a little over a week.
But the eggs, because of the color of them.
When they're clear, and we showed you in the video the clear ones compared to the dark ones. The dark ones had a chick in there, and there was only about 11 of them. The rest of them were all clear, which means the fertility rate was very, very low. It seemed to me that they were hurrying up to get rid of the eggs that they had accumulated for the eBay sales, and they didn't care if they were fertile or not. They just wanted to make the money, and they charged $18 for shipping. It cost about $4 to ship this box. The $18 should have went for the tape that said fragile, handle with care, live.
Well, and this
they should have done a little better with their shipping.
Well, our videos are about.
I saw videos on the post office where when they're sorting packages, they throw them on a conveyor, and the boxes will drop into a, like a hopper with the other boxes, and sometimes they'll stack them on the other end. There was nothing indicating it, and it's not the post office's fault.
No, our post office is really good.
Our post office is very good, but anywhere along the line from where they came from they came from Pennsylvania, if you want to know. But the post office has no idea what's in that box. Plus, they could X-ray it, and X-ray is not good for live eggs.
Well, our post office in particular knows us, and we had peeps come before, and they always.
We call the post office ahead of time so that they know that we've got chicks or eggs coming.
And so they're really good about.
We've chicks before, haven't we?
Hmm?
Yeah, we've gotten live chicks.
Not with the X-ray, that would they kill them all?
I've been with Clay.
You at the hospital.
I have never seen this. I have never seen this not hatch eggs.
I've never seen it not hatch eggs either.
And the thing
you do get duds.
You can get now we got 160.
Yeah, well that wasn't.
Didn't hatch in one hit.
They could make it sound like it was the incubator, but there was other people with brand new incubators that complained to them that they had no hatch. So that tells me that their fertility rate was very low. They were trying to get out of it real quick. They sold off what eggs they had accumulated. They should have sold them as eating eggs.
Right. They should have sold them as eating eggs.
Not fertilized.
And the reason
because you can eat quail eggs, and quail eggs are higher in nutrition than a chicken egg.
And the price is high. Actually, they wouldn't have been a problem, but they shouldn't have sold them as hatching eggs. That was the issue. But the thing about it is Clay and I hesitated to complain. We don't like to complain, but we said, this is.
But I let you know who the seller was only because I don't want you to have the same.
That's
problem.
what we said.
So if you do buy eggs on eBay, always check the negative feedback and find out what the negative feedback was about. And I was in a hurry to get the eggs, so I didn't go into the research I should have, which is my fault entirely. But the people that were complaining had the same complaints that I had, non-fertile eggs. And this was in the last month.
Well, the other thing too is, as to be responsible and teaching, and also as we're teaching about farming, it's not, how do I put it? We want to show you that things can happen, and you got to go with the flow. And so we got one.
So we put up.
He's not a pet, but he's going to be by himself for a few weeks. until the new hatch comes. So the poor little chick, but
He'll get handled.
he'll get
tamed
handled
out.
and patted, and we've already want to give him a name, which Clay's
But
telling us we can't call him
we
Roger.
ordered another. We ordered another 100 eggs
Mm-hmm.
from a more reputable seller, and we'll go through the process all over again with you so that you can follow and see what kind of things happen with us, so that you can.
And
If you want to raise quail, it'll give you a little bit of incentive. If you don't want to raise quail, it gives you something to watch.
So how many? Okay, so how many quail are coming now?
I have 100 jumbo brown Coturnic, and they usually send extra eggs when they send them. So we'll probably end up with maybe 100, 105 to 120.
So why did we buy eggs on eBay instead of the hatchery?
Because the hatcheries want an extravagant amount of money for 12 eggs.
And well, we also too saw a few other people on
And
YouTube that
if
had
we-
good success with eBay.
Yeah, if we get 100 eggs, and even if we only get 25% rate and get 25 chicks out of it, that's much better than what I got with this.
Well, we
set.
saw, like we said, we saw other people had good success. That's
and
why we
the
took
other
the
people
chance.
were saying that they got, out of 100 eggs, they got 70 to 80 chicks in a hatch, and they had a very good hatch rate from this dealer I'm buying from this time. So we will. His name on eBay is Quail King. So if you want to look up what he does, he takes and collects eggs twice a day. He keeps the eggs in a controlled room temperature, which is about 50 to 60 degrees, and he puts them in automatic turners so that he keeps the yolk from sticking to the side of the egg, because that's one of the first thing that's going to happen if you try collecting eggs for 8 or 10 days and you aren't turning them at least twice a day without any heat. The yolk is going to stick to the shell and they won't hatch anyway. So if you've got them turning, you have a better chance of them hatching. And with his instructions and what he wrote at the bottom of his page, he turns them in a room controlled temperature. So it's a much better situation. I wish I'd have bought from him in the first place. But within probably 3 weeks, we will see.
Well, it's a good thing because it was a training opportunity.
And it was a good experience for us. Our loss, your gain.
And how long have we been farming? You've been farming?
I've been farming over 40 years.
So, see, you can make mistakes no matter where you're at.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Farming's always a new adventure every day, isn't it? Every day something different. The beauty of it.
And besides, we went out and bought a bunch of eggs yesterday because we were waiting for the...
Oh, this is the best part of all.
We were waiting for the pullets to start laying.
Our regular Australorp chickens.
Our black Australorps. I have 10 of laying hens.
And we haven't bought... Wait, before we go any further. How long has it been since we bought a dozen eggs?
I haven't bought a dozen eggs since I started raising chickens 40 years ago.
So we bought... How many?
We bought 4 dozen eggs.
Because we didn't get
until
chickens.
the hens start laying. I went out tonight and I got 7 eggs for their first day of laying eggs. And this is September 24th.
And we have how many chickens?
10.
So out of 10 chickens...
7 of them started laying today.
Yep, so we got eggs. And we just bought 4 dozen eggs.
So we'll eat up the 4 dozen eggs in boiled eggs, egg sandwiches, and use the fresh eggs.
And we do like eggs for being egg farmers.
It took me a long time to like eggs after raising chickens for so many years. But, all right, we'll let you go. This is Clay.
And Ruthie. And Russell.
From Popel's Backyard Farm. Join us again. And follow.
And subscribe.
And subscribe.
And like. God bless.
Bye-bye.